Good morning and welcome to Faces of Faith. My name is Margie Matthews and I am a parishioner at Annunciation Parish in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is my reflection on today's Gospel, the 21st Sunday in Ordinary Time. I want to believe. I want to believe like Peter. Today we see a gathering of Jesus with his disciples. I imagine it as a conversation, perhaps around a fire in the evening, in a quiet location away from the crowds. A casual discussion reviewing the day's activities, the reactions of the crowds, the local gossip. Jesus is listening to the banter and suddenly asks a very profound question. Who do the people say that the Son of Man is? The disciples repeat what they have heard, all suggesting that he is a dead prophet come back to life. But then he asks them directly, "Who do you say that I am?" Peter does not hesitate. He has no doubts. "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God," he exclaims. But then he asks, for the past 2 millennia, the world has struggled with this question. Who is Jesus? Even the church has struggled with it. Is he human or divine? Is he human and divine? The Nicene Creed that we now recite was written in part to settle that question. In the past few decades, there has been a great deal of scientific research by historians and scholars to identify the historical Jesus. From what I have read, most, including non-Christians, atheists, agnostics, agree that he did indeed exist. Documentation as we now know it was rare during that period, and Jesus was not a high-profile figure at that time. So other than the Gospels, evidence is difficult to find, but it does exist. So yes, he lived and died on this earth. But who is he? The disciples who watched him work miracles, speak to the crowds, spent years of their lives with him, even they were unsure. So why did Peter respond so quickly and passionately? Jesus responds to Peter with great joy, saying, "Blessed are you, son of Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my heavenly Father." In fact, he is so moved and pleased that he presents Peter with a new name and the keys to the kingdom. So Peter received the gift of faith from the Father. A gift. The Father revealed himself to Peter, and Peter received. It was not about worthiness or what Peter did or didn't do. Peter saw the same evidence, the healings, the miracle of the loaves and the fishes, heard the Sermon on the Mount, and followed Jesus in the same footsteps as the others. But now he knew the Father and thus recognized the Son. In today's world, we are bombarded with information, facts and fables, truths and untruths, and have great difficulty discerning what to believe and what not to believe. We profess to base our truths on scientific evidence. There is even disagreement about that. Moreover, we encounter many people publicly and privately. We know a multitude of facts about them. Where they live, what they look like, what they do, who they associate with, what they say, what they post on Facebook and Instagram. But do we really know them? When Jesus and Peter spoke, when Father revealed himself to Peter, it was person to person, one to one, an honest opening of self, one to another. It was not about facts, truths, and observation. It was a revelation of self. So what lesson can we take away from this? In our daily lives, we encounter friends, co-workers, neighbors, family, fellow parishioners. Contractors come to our homes. We see familiar and unfamiliar faces at the grocery store and the gym. Many of us perform community service work. Parents of school children find themselves in situations with other families for school functions. We speak and text on our phones. We post messages for people we have never met. But do we know them? Can we know them? How do we know them? If we follow the example in today's gospel, we can only truly know them if we reveal ourselves to them and they to us. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has not only created great upheaval in our society, but it has also pushed us away from one another. Perhaps that is one of the reasons we are having so much difficulty communicating in an honest, open conversation. Despite our differences, we all have common needs and desires, including to be safe, loved, and respected. I believe that getting to know and understand individual people we encounter is one of the best actions we can take to bring about positive change in our society. As the Father revealed himself to Peter, with his help, we may be able to reveal ourselves to our neighbors and to love them as ourselves, to be Christ to one another. I want to believe. I want to believe like Peter, to have faith like Peter. But I also believe that the Father is revealing himself to me in his time. I pray that I am open to receiving it and that it will guide me each day to do his will. Thank you for listening and have a blessed day.